Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our 2024 DVCA celebration. I am DeCarlos O'Neill, DVCA lead intern. Now, before we proceed with the award ceremony, let's take a moment to recognize and appreciate all the distinguished guests present here today, namely our CEO, Michael Thurmond, Dr. Tavares Holston, Dr. Devon Horton, DeKalb County Board of Commissioners, our renowned speaker for today, Mr. Ryan Cameron, DVCA partners from Georgia Piedmont Technical College, the DeKalb School System, the DeKalb County employees, and our very own DVCA staff, sponsors, family members, and last but certainly not least, the esteemed class of 2024 DVCA graduates. On behalf of CEO Michael Thurmond, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude for your immense contributions in making this program truly exceptional. Your dedication and support have been instrumental in shaping the success of DVCA. Now, it is my absolute pleasure to introduce the two hosts for this morning, esteemed lead interns, Victoria Villanueva and Imani Adenuga. Please join me in giving them a round warm applause as they grace this stage today.
Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and fellow graduates of the DeKalb Virtual Career Academy, 2024, welcome to our highly anticipated end of summer celebration. I'm Imani Adenuga, and I am thrilled to be your co-host alongside Victoria Villanueva. Today, we've prepared an extraordinary event for you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Victoria Villanueva, your co-host, and I promise you this event will be nothing short of amazing. We are living proof that with the tools and opportunities provided to us, all our virtual dreams will become reality. Today, we proudly present Jalesa Maddox with our talented intern, who will captivate us with a special performance of the national anthem.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Testing. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous night, all the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, they proved through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled Thank you. You may be seated. You may be seated.
Thank you, Jalesha. What a beautiful voice. Now it is with great pleasure and honor that I bring to you our distinguished leader, DeKalb County CEO, Michael Thurmond.
Good morning. One more time. Good morning. Yeah, say it like you made big money this summer. Good morning. Well, first of all, on behalf of DeKalb County and our nearly 800,000 residents, I want to say to the best and brightest, the most dedicated, the most visionary interns, students, young people, I want you all to know how proud we are of you. We are blessed. Give yourselves a hand. We are so proud of you. We're so proud of all the things that you have accomplished. And more importantly, we are proud and just absolutely certain that the young men and women in this room will literally change the course of history of DeKalb County, the state of Georgia, the United States of America, and the world. All you need to remember are the things you learned this summer. God don't make no junk. Within you rests the hopes and dreams of generations. Big Mama, who couldn't read or write, dreamed generational dreams and saw in you the leaders, the lawyers, the doctors, the teachers, the business owners that will literally change our nation. But first, I want to acknowledge two of my friends, but two of the most visionary leaders in education, K through 12 post-secondary in America today. He was introduced by our Master of Ceremonies, but I want to reintroduce him. President Holston is an amazing man who has dedicated his life to ensuring that every single child, no matter race, color, creed, gender affiliation, will have access to the best possible technical education possible. I want you all to re-recognize and celebrate the best college president in the state of Georgia. Stand up, Dr. Holston. We would not be able to have the Virtual Career Academy but for Dr. Holston and his staff. So we'll all of Piedmont Tech, all staff stand up. We are president, but what's a president without administrators and faculty members? So all of you all stand up, please. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Thank you. Outstanding. Let me tell you the toughest job, one of the toughest jobs in any county, and I know because I held it, that one of the toughest jobs in any county is to be the superintendent of the public school system. And we have a young man who's come to DeKalb County, come to Georgia, making tremendous strides in uplifting and inspiring teachers, administrators, and most importantly, our students and parents. Dr. Horton, stand up. Give him a round of applause. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Major progress in a very short period of time. Lastly, two people sitting at the table with me. One was my summer intern, beginning in what year, Garfield? In 2018. Graduated from Hampton, went to the University of Georgia Law School, became the top orator, moot court participant, worked for a federal judge who's a friend of mine, and now is employed at one of the most prestigious law firms on the planet. He was sitting where you are sitting today, young people. What? 6 years ago. Oh, and he was a drum major at Hampton before he did all this. So stand up, Garfield. Give him a round of applause. That's right. And you'll hear from him later. And this young lady recently won the DeKalb Lawyers Association, am I right? Awarded her the Mike Thurmond Award that had money associated with it. She's doing an amazing job. She was a summer intern, and now she's at Mercer University, law school. You will hear from her. She, young ladies, she sat where you are sitting. What was your first year? 2018. Soon to be one of the most celebrated young litigators in the country. Stand up in the flesh, Ms. Morgan. How about that? I asked her. We talked, and she received a personal invitation to come and be here with us today. Thank you so much. But that's it, folks. We want you all to have a good time. We got the best graduation speaker on the face of the planet. The very best graduation speaker on the face of the planet. Let's hear it, and you will hear from him, but he's my friend. He's funny, he's entertaining, but he's one of the most brilliant, strategic thinkers in the broadcast industry. He's not just funny, he's smart, he's intelligent, he's a great husband and father, and he loves our young people. Stand up, Ryan Cameron. Thank y'all. Thank you for being here. Ryan Cameron. I was at the airport the other day. You know he's the voice. How many people been through Hartsfield-Jackson lately? That's his voice you hear. So I'm walking through the airport trying to get to my flight, and all of a sudden I hear somebody say, "Michael Thurmond, you going the wrong way." I'm like, how does he know this? But Ryan is here. I'm so proud of you, Ryan. Thank you so much for being the man you are. And because of him, everybody today will get free pizza. No, they in shock, Ryan. You will have, let me say that one more time. Stand up, Ryan, stand up. And that's at Stonecrest, right? The shop at South DeKalb Mall. At South DeKalb Mall. We're doing a lot of stuff at South DeKalb Mall right now. So don't get up until after the program, but you will receive free gift cards at Ryan's Pizza Shop at South DeKalb Mall. And anybody who don't necessarily like pizza, I will collect your card. I love pizza. I love Ryan Cameron's pizza. How about that? Let's give him another round of applause. So thank y'all so much. Thank you for being here. And by the way, this is my last DeKalb Virtual Career Academy graduation as CEO. Yes, it is. I want to thank WorkSource DeKalb, well, Mr. Davis, and all of our consultants. Where WorkSource DeKalb? Stand up, WorkSource. Thank you, Mr. Davis. Thank you all. J.R. Henderson. G-O-O-D-J-O-B. Good job, good job. If I never hear that again. Known JR since he was a young man, 12, 13 years old. We met so many years ago. He introduced me. I was at a program, and he'll tell you the story. He introduced me, 12, 13 years old. I was so impressed with this young man, Dr. Horton, Dr. Holston. I invited him. I was DFACS director then. He became DFACS director of the day. We developed a friendship. I have one daughter, he the son I didn't have, and we sent him out to college, told him all he had to do was to be a SGA president, and I helped pay for it. He did that. God don't make no job. And if you ever doubt what God can do and will do, you look at Mr. Henderson. You look at these adults in this room that if they tell you the whole truth, they didn't start out wearing nice suits and silk ties. But through faith, through hard work, all things are possible. So you all continue to do good. And I'll continue to pray for you and follow you and encourage you and support you. This program was my favorite program. We spend $1.7 billion every year. But the first money I appropriate is the money for the DeKalb Virtual Career Academy. Because that first job is the most important job. In my house, in my trophy cabinet, I have my first pay stub. I earned $49.59 in a summer youth program for disadvantaged children in Athens, Georgia. It happens quickly.
Thank you so much to CEO Michael Thurmond for speaking, and we are honored that this is the last year that he will be presenting to us. But now we would like to present Dr. Holston, who will be giving some comments.
Well, let me just start off by saying that I had a mentor that says that it's hard to recognize greatness close up. But you have seen and been a part of greatness. CEO Thurmond, thank you for the man that you are, for the leader that you are, the impact that you've had on all of our lives. Give this man a round of applause. Show him some love. When I think about the kind of leader I want to be, I often think about what would CEO Thurmond do? And I try my best to do that. I don't get quite there, but if I can reach towards that kind of impact, that kind of influence, I know that I'm on the right track. So personally, as my friend, and I've never said this in a public forum, but whether you know it or not, I consider you a mentor. So thank you for just your support over these years. So, interns, are you excited? I know that I was thinking about, me and DeCarlos were talking back here in the room before we had the program. And he asked me, he said, what advice would you give to a young person starting their career? And the advice I said is treat every job like it's gonna be the best job ever. And if you approach all of your work in that way, you will find success. And I believe that is this your first job? Stand up, interns. If this is your first job, stand up. Stand up. Yeah. What a great experience. What a great experience as a first job. I remember my first summer job. I actually had two. That's how we did it back in the day, because I like to do things. And my mama said, if you want money, you're going to have to make it on your own. But there was a program called JTPA. And I actually had the honor of pushing a lawnmower at corporate businesses, cutting grass around the community. And I think we talked about that, DeCarlos. We did talk about that. And I remember what I learned in that job, because I thought of that, man, this is the best job ever because I'm making my first dollar at this job. I remember learning work ethic. I remember what it learned to show up and be on time and to listen to people who are trying to guide me in the right way. I also pushed buggies at Winn-Dixie during that same summer. I understood what it meant to work out in the hot sun, what it meant to provide customer service. Every job matters. Every experience, you can learn something that you take with you. And I was supposed to get up and say, welcome to Georgia Piedmont Technical College. I think that's what I was supposed to say. But I was so inspired by the work and by what you all have done. But welcome to Georgia Piedmont Technical College. This is the home of the Lions. And so we walk like lions because we are proud of who we are and who we are becoming. And so we're also proud of you, of who you're becoming. You've learned skills that are valuable, that will always stick with you and you can leverage. You've already heard about the impact that this experience has had on other folks who've come before you. We got lawyers in the room who were sitting right where you were. I'm excited to hear about your story when you come back and you say, here's how this experience impacted me. So never take for granted any experience that you have when it comes to work, when it comes to life. Listen to those people who have been placed in your life. And everything comes in a time and a season. So this is a season where you are learned. You've made. Anybody gonna buy some new shoes or clothes? What are you doing with your money? I just want to know what are you doing with all that money you've been earning? Save it. Oh, okay. All right. We got some responsible folks in the crowd. That ain't who I was at that age, but congratulations. Good job on that. So I just want to say, if you enjoyed your experience, and I know I've heard from several of you that you did, we have some folks out front. They'll be happy to talk to you. They'll give you a card, tell you more about Georgia Piedmont Technical College. But for today, we want to continue to celebrate you and encourage you. Keep doing great things. We want to hear about your story and your success. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Holston. We will now bring up Dr. Horton.
Good morning, everyone. It's always tough going behind CEO Thurmond and, of course, Dr. Holston. So mine may not be that great, but I think I can catch your attention really quick. If you have your cell phone, please find a pouch and make sure you close them up, turn them off, and put them away. I know you all, those who've been following the news, we're on to some action here we're getting ready to take on for our students. Our DeKalb County students, if you're in one of those 10 schools, 13 schools, we do appreciate you and understand that your commitment and the work that we do with you for these cell phone matters will help us shape the district as we move forward. But again, I'm here to talk about the greatness of this DeKalb Virtual Career Academy and how powerful it is. Once upon a time, there was a gentleman, I remember my first journey, who in 1991, graduating out of 8th grade, got my first summer job. And this is why it's so critical. Like this, you just never know where it's going to lead you. My first summer job was tutoring students after I graduated from the school. My school was K-8, going back and tutoring them in the summer. And we made a whopping $4.25 an hour. Right? I used to laugh when my mother used to say, well, you made $2.10. We made $4.25. And I remember those times, and learning from those individuals, getting that experience in the summer really prepared me for where I stand today. I went in my very first job as a tutor, and here I am standing as superintendent for DeKalb County Schools so many years later, right? So these moments that you're going to, these experiences that you're getting is more than just putting a little money in your pocket, and of course you all know that. It's really about the experience, right? And I tell my daughter all the time, my oldest daughter, I should say, it's great. People don't care how much, they don't care about what you know and how bright you are. It's really about some other pieces. And so what these career experiences are giving you through the virtual academy, a couple of things. Number one is going to teach you how to sweat the small stuff. These are skills and strategies that you must learn and maintain even now as a superintendent for DeKalb County School District. Sweating the small stuff. Being on time. Listening. Listening is a skill. Working hard. And being respectful for the people that you support. That you're working, that you're either leading or you're following, being respectful. And these are tenets that has carried me as a superintendent to the same position. And I'm sure there's some really critical, valuable lessons that you have learned through the Virtual Career Academy. There are friends that you're going to meet, and they're going to be your partners for a very long time. I have some friends that I've been friends with since I was very young, and you know who they are. But more importantly, you're going to have mentors and mentors, I should say, that you must stay connected to. There are partnerships that you will form. Be connected, stay engaged. And I promise you, this is a very unique program. It's dynamic. It brings a lot of powerful organizations, the county, Piedmont Tech, WorkSource DeKalb County School District, and other partners to the table to really do some amazing work and build a better DeKalb County. So I just want to thank you all for your commitment and congratulate you for those who are finishing the program as you move on to your next phase of your life. And we have some great examples sitting here in front of us of what can happen when you take advantage of these opportunities. So thank you, and don't go too hard on us when we go through the cell phone process. So thank you.
Last but certainly not least, we have Mr. Davis.
Good morning, DVCA 2024. All right. Well, I tell you what, following everybody, I'm going to tell you all about my first job, but I didn't write it down. So I'm going to have to cut something out that I had already written down. So you did it, okay? Everyone in this room, plus the other probably 600 other individuals that weren't able to make it today, but maybe watching it live stream, their parents, guardians, their loved ones. You did it. You made DVCA 2024 a success. And I want to say thank you, and thank you. One more time, give everybody a hand. I'm not going to do that G-O-O-D, devil, whatever. Okay, there we go. I can't do it. There's a trademark on that. Okay. But what made this a success was you, okay? And it started out, we've been planning this thing for months, meaning DVCA, this thing, and the partners, and we've already talked about the partners, the DeKalb County Government as a whole. Talked about the DeKalb County Schools. Talked about Georgia Piedmont Technical College. But the one thing we probably didn't leave, we left out, I want to make sure we don't leave out, is you are the partners that made it work. Even though you all are interns, you are partners that made it success. In addition, there were other individuals that made it a success. So don't take it for granted. I heard someone say, never take things for granted. So I'm gonna just give you about 30 seconds of my first job. Okay. I was an individual that liked to eat. So back in the day, he's in the $4 an hour, I'm in the $2 an hour era. Okay. So back in the day, they used to have a little drive-in. And on Saturday mornings, I used to go in there and knock on, I say, y'all need somebody to clean the parking lot up? And then they'd give me $5 and a burger and fries and a Coke. And I was happy as could be. And then the people said, you know what, that young man, I think I was 15 at the time. It says he has gumption. He has motivation, desire. Plus he's hungry. Okay. So right next door, there was a veterinary hospital. So he went over and talked to the doctor, Dr. Foley, I'll never forget him. And he said, Rob, I got a job for you. And I was happy, because I wanted to learn something. I always have a thirst for knowledge. I wanted to learn something. I said, sure. I said, when can you start? He said, when can you start? I said, I can start now. He said, no, how about Monday after school? So it was after school job. I came in there ready, clean. Back in them days, they had Chuck Taylors, but now it's Air Force One and stuff. But I was clean, jeans pressed. I'm ready to go to work at a veterinary hospital. He said, Robert, well, you kind of clean for this job here, but I guess I didn't tell you what you're going to wind up doing. Now, remember, I done knocked, I done asked, they done gave me this opportunity. So he said, I'm going to show you something. He said, here, gave me the water hose. He said, you take the little water hose and then run. Now, veterinary hospital is like where dogs are kept, animals are kept. I said, I'm looking at myself, what do you want me to do with that? I'm getting my shoes wet, okay? We can't have that. So I'm sitting there, he said, so he gave a quick demonstration. I said, what is he spraying? Because I didn't have a dog. He was spraying poop. Okay, sprayed the poop from underneath the fence, you know. I said, oh, I can handle that. I can spray the poop from underneath the fence and, you know, get on the other side. Yeah. And then came Saturday. He said, and I'm going to tell you what you have to do on Saturday. You got to scoop that poop. So I was a pooper scooper on my first job. So you all, that's one thing I want to make sure you never take for granted for the opportunity, because that's one thing that had me to learn about life. And I hung in there. You know, some of my friends, man, I wouldn't scoop no poop. I said, you don't have no money either. But, but I scooped that poop and continue to go forth. And I'm happy to be here working with you all. I know I've spoken to a lot of your parents, a lot of individuals I probably spoke to because they couldn't find anybody. Mr. Davis couldn't find nobody, but I got your number. It could have been 2 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock on a Sunday afternoon, 8 o'clock on Thursday night. And I really appreciate the opportunity, because I had the opportunity to talk to those individuals and to talk with those parents. So I want to say thank you from my heart for the opportunity to work with you, and thank goodness you didn't have to be pooper scoopers. All right.
Let's give another round of applause to CEO Michael Thurmond, Dr. Horston, and Dr. Horton, and Mr. Davis. Now, let's take a moment to reflect on the incredible highlights of this year's Career Academy.
More than 4,700 interns, more than $3.5 million of wages paid, plus more than 350 different work sites and business partners. These numbers represent invaluable experience for young adults aged 14 to 24 in DeKalb County through the DeKalb Virtual Career Academy, DVCA.
Thank you so much for creating this, because it's amazing how we don't have to drive anywhere. It's virtual. We won't have to worry about gas money or having a car. It really helps out.
Under the visionary leadership of DeKalb CEO Michael Thurmond, and with the support of the Board of Commissioners and many partners, this special internship program has engaged the youth of DeKalb since its inception in 2017.
We know how important it is to provide young people with work opportunities. Obviously, it helps to build work skills, but more importantly, we should not allow people with nefarious ideas, people like gangbangers and pimps, to be the only people recruiting our young folk for work.
I've never heard of a program like this before, ever, at all. I think it's so great, not just for the students, but for all the staff and facilitators and speakers as well. I wish I had had this kind of program when I was a student.
This annual program has welcomed thousands of interns, providing life lessons they can carry into their futures. Adopting an earn while you learn methodology, interns are paid $10 an hour, receive bonus incentives, and have opportunities for scholarships. Students truly make their summer count, on the job and at the bank.
There's so many things that you learn about yourself and other people, and you realize, wow, you're really doing this for money as well. Like, it kind of gives you that experience where it's like, you can learn so much more even while at a workplace.
This is really cool. I mean, I'm seeing 503 people with us so far today, and had a chance to see the shout out to the lead interns. I mean, what a cool program this is.
Even during the COVID-19 pandemic, DeKalb County ensured its youth did not miss out on valuable career training. The DVCA pivoted to an all-virtual platform, allowing young adults to learn and contribute to their community despite unprecedented times.
I feel like I would have paid someone to be able to get this opportunity and stuff with how much stuff we learned, and I got paid for it.
This program helped me open up my eyes to new resources and still rely on those resources as I'm transitioning to the adult world.
The success of DVCA is a testament to the collaboration of numerous partners, including WorkSource DeKalb, the DeKalb County School District, Georgia Piedmont Technical College, and various public and private entities.
It is extremely rewarding to sit down and talk with the youth today to find out what is on their mind, what would they like to do, and then to connect it with what the business community needs in the future.
The DeKalb Virtual Career Academy offers more than just another opportunity. It provides a unique gateway to acquiring practical skills, exploring potential career paths, and building connections within the professional world.
This internship program teaches a lot about the soft skills, hard skills that you're going to need in the career world, in the real world, some things that you don't learn in school.
Its influence goes beyond what the human mind can even comprehend. When I think about DVCA, it provides our youth an area of practice to try on new identities and to also build new skill sets.
Along with job skill training, DVCA offers GED preparation, educational enrichment, and motivational workshops.
The rest of my days are the best of my days.
These interns have had the opportunity to learn and increase their breadth of knowledge, and these are skills that can be placed on a resume so that when it's time to go get a job, that's a way to make you stand out.
The youth often don't have good access to programs like this, and it really gives the kids some opportunity that they can take advantage of just to, again, really grow their career and get started on the right foot.
This is so positive. You know, we talk about the water boys on the corners every day, standing out there in 100-degree weather, worried about making a dime to help their parents at home because they're suffering. Here it is, my son has been granted the opportunity, not once, but twice, to be able to do this amazing program. And I'm so thankful also to the CEO, Michael Thurmond.
With the skills learned today through the DVCA, participants can become innovators of tomorrow.
You may not see it today, but 5 years from now, these interns that led the DeKalb Virtual Career Academy, they'll be the individuals that'll be leading DeKalb.
As we conclude this chapter with CEO Thurmond's second term, we celebrate the incredible achievements of the DVCA program and look forward to the continued success and growth of each and every one of our interns.
We have a $1.6 billion budget and more than 6,000 employees. And of all the things that we do, the thing that I love the most is the DeKalb Virtual Career Academy. It is by far the thing that I'm most proud of, is the thing that I believe that will have the greatest impact.
Thank you, CEO Thurmond, for your unwavering dedication to the youth of DeKalb County. Congratulations, DeKalb Virtual Career Academy, Class of 2024, where virtual dreams become reality.
Good job, good job. Good job, good job. GOODJOB, good job, good job.
Wow, what an incredible video produced by our award-winning DCTV under the leadership of Miss Diamond. Kudos to Miss Lewis and team. This video once again proves that we can virtually do anything. A special shout out to DeKalb County Government, WorkSource DeKalb, DeKalb County Schools, and Georgia Piedmont for their outstanding contributions to the community over the years. At this time, we bring to the stage lead intern Gabrielle Blue to introduce our keynote speaker.
Good morning, good morning. Hello, lovely interns, parents, and esteemed guests. It is now time to introduce our keynote speaker for today. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Ryan Cameron, a nationally syndicated and prominent Atlanta radio personality, philanthropist, and a true icon in our community. Ryan Cameron is an American radio personality, host, actor, comedian, and social media star from Atlanta, Georgia. He is best known for being the host of a show called Ryan Cameron Uncensored. It airs on Magic 107.5, 97.5. The versatile radio voice, host, and community leader has helped push Atlanta hip-hop and culture forward and has been a pivotal staple in the Georgia community for decades. He's won 2 Association of Broadcasters Marconi Radio Awards and is a member of the Georgia Radio Hall of Fame. Finally, in February of last year, Cameron and chef and restaurant chain owner Erica Barrett opened Doughboys Pizza at the South DeKalb Mall. Interns, let's give this Atlanta-born radio personality and philanthropist a warm and enthusiastic DVCA welcome.
That's the music right there, I like that. No. This is
Anybody know that song? Come on. This is how we do. Come on. G-O-O-D-J-O-B. Good job, good job. That's what I'm going to go to if I can't think of nothing else. Thank you. I want to say it's okay to be the best. As we are giving all of these acknowledgments to all these people, everybody's kind of like not giving them the round of applause, but these are the best. They sat in these same seats. He said she's going to be the best lawyer, the best litigator, the best. The superintendent has come in, and you know, there's three things. People say what they're going to do, what they do are two totally different things. We all know that, right? How many times have you heard somebody say, I got you, I got you? They ain't got you. Have you ever had that happen before? I got you. They ain't got you. CEO Thurmond has you. He's had you for 8 years. He deserves a round of applause. You know, DeCarlos asked me a question. He said, you know, he said he's working on his public speaking. You did a great job, man. See how nobody to clap for that? That's what I'm just talking about. See? If I said I won the Powerball, everybody get $1 million. Yeah. It's all about the money. He asked me, how did I get started? You know, any only children in here? It's just you? Two. Me and you, we're going to take a picture. As an only child, I had no brothers and sisters growing up. I had imaginary friends. And we'd be upstairs playing cards. And my mother would be like, what's going on up there? I'd be like, somebody up here cheating. And it would just be me. But I learned to talk to myself. And that's how I got started in radio. DeCarlos, to answer your question, I had a speech impediment. So when I went to Collier Heights Elementary School, they had 8 of us, all who said R's like Wyan, my name is Wyan, and R's like W's, Water, Rada. And they took us all to Clark Atlanta University for 8 weeks. And they put us on tape, and they had us reading sentences, and then 8 weeks later, they played those tapes on Clark Atlanta University, and this is how we sounded then and how we sounded after 8 weeks. It was basically hooked on phonics. The first time I heard myself on the radio, I was in my grandfather's living room. I knew that's what I wanted to do. I was in 4th grade. So I went from a speech impediment to a Hall of Fame career. So, one correction, I'm not in one Hall of Fame, I'm in 2. I'm in the Georgia Radio Hall of Fame and the Black Radio Hall of Fame. So, it's 2. I'm just saying, pat, pat, pat. I'm just letting y'all know, I ain't nothing to play with. I'm not for play. G-O-O-D-J-O-B, good job, good job. You know, this is all about relationships. Everybody in here has a relationship. When CEO Thurmond talked about the relationship that he had, and he told the young man, if you do this, I'll do this. I've talked to people who've had podcasts and people who have all these different ideas, and I say to you now's the time for you to work on being together now when everybody has the same amount of nothing. Because when you become big, then, you know, as I've learned, the more successful you are, the funnier your jokes get. I'm sure CEO Thurmond, he'll crack a joke and they're going to laugh. He out of office now, they're not going to laugh as much. But it's all about relationships. You know, my first job, and you'll have a speaker coming up who took me there, I worked at 12 years old. I had no business working, but I wanted money. I worked at a Chinese restaurant called a House of Ho. I'm not making this up. It's spelled H-O-U, and all my friends in school say, you work at the Ho House. It's now the House of Chan. We went there the other day out in Cobb Parkway. Still the best Chinese food, but they paid me $13 a day. I got $26 every Sunday. And I got my check cashed in ones because I like to have that money. I go to school with a pocket full of ones. With a knot, $26, you couldn't tell me nothing. I was selling hot toothpicks and baby Snickers. Well, I also had a checking account at the Citizens Trust, at the bank out there, and I didn't know that if you wrote a check, you had to have the money in the bank. Checks, I'm sorry for y'all who are young, checks were little pieces of paper. You're not gonna believe this. You actually write out what you want to give to the person. This is not Apple Pay. What you want to give, and they give you the goods and services in saying that you're going to pay. Does that make sense? That's called a check. So I was just writing checks and writing checks and writing checks with no money in the bank. Till one day, there was a knock on the door. There's a knock on the back door. And my mother said, well, who was that? And I don't know. And it was the sheriff department. They had a warrant for my arrest for writing bad checks. And the person at the back door was in case I tried to escape. That was the other sheriff. Because I'm a November baby, I was not allowed to go to juvenile because I was not yet 15, right? I was not old enough to go to juvenile. Life is about consequences and decisions. Everything that you're doing is about the consequences and decisions. If I had been a little older, I probably wouldn't be sitting here talking to you because I was 5'3" in the 8th grade. I'm 6'1" now. But back then, I was probably like 4'11". Me going to juvenile probably would not have been a good idea for me, right? But I learned a very valuable lesson. It's really, was that a baby? Did that baby just say what? That was, give it up for the baby. I said, I learned a very valuable, like, what? The lesson is, God will put something in your life. Sometimes you have to go through something to get to something. If I had gone to juvenile, I don't know. If I had that speech impediment, if they wouldn't have picked me out, I don't know what would have happened, right? When I went to college, I was not a good college student. College is not for everybody. No offense. No offense. College is not for everybody. Is that another baby? The babies are loving me. But there are also opportunities, you know, if the power were to go out right now, the person who came to turn the air back on and the electricity probably did not have a college degree. They have, you know, they went to an electrical school or something like that. So I'm just saying, this is all great, but don't feel like you have to do something if it's not in your heart. I wanted to be a criminal justice major. And then I went on an internship and they gave me a stack of cases of all of the cases that I need to work on. And I was like, nope, I don't want to do this. When I was in high school, I was in JROTC. Do they still have that? I was a battalion XO, right? So I was leading all left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Yo, left, yo. And that meant I had the people marching. I said, boy, that's what I'm going to be. Yo, left, right, left. Yo, left, left, right, left. I said, good God, man, I'm going to be there. And they have this thing called the ASVAB test. I hear some groans. I went to take the ASVAB test, and it's basically putting shapes and diagrams together into finished, you know, products. And I went to my sergeant, and I was so happy because I knew I was going to join the Army. And I said, so how did I do? He said, well, Ryan, based on your scores, you're going to be an infantryman. I said, what's that? He said, well, in case there's a battle and whoever goes over the hill first before anybody else goes, that'll be you. And I said, I'm not joining the Army. So I ended up going to college. Consequences and decisions. There's one thing I'm not going to do is be the first one over the hill. You know, one thing that the superintendent talked about, kind of touched on a little bit, but these devices, they are the greatest gift and the greatest detriment. They are appetites for destruction. We all are addicted to them. I admit it. The first thing I do after I wake up and brush my teeth is look on Instagram. Then I say, oh, enough of that. Let me go to Twitter. If you watch it, I let my phone go dead. That's the only way that I get off of it, right? Because if you look at that light, they're saying that now that young people are losing their vision. Listen to what I'm saying. Because of that blue light in your face all the time. So what the superintendent is talking about is making you put that thing in a pouch. And it's going to be tough for the first 45 days. Because your parents, I need to get in touch with John. I don't know what's going on. He'll be all right. But what if something happened? If you run up to the school, you can't do nothing. They ain't going to let you go up there. Well, I need to talk. You don't need to do that. But they say if you have special medical needs, you'll be able to have that pouch. But it is turning our society into being dependent. Dependent. And it don't matter. Have you ever noticed it's never wintertime on Instagram? It's the only social media device that it never has a winter. Have you ever seen anybody post a coat on Instagram? Coat shenanigans. It's always hot. It's always bikinis on TikTok. And if you know what? If we could do one more dance, I wish we could get, concentrating on voting. I'll be concentrating on doing these dances. Now, I know we streaming and that if you're old enough to vote, there's never been a more important time than now. The technology is unbelievable. I know that being a teenager can be tough. There's so many pressures and expectations placed upon you. It can be overwhelming and uninspired. We all looked in the mirror today before it came out, right? The next time you look in the mirror, look at yourself and go, what am I going to do today? What am I going to do that's different? How am I going to stand out? I want to tell you that you all have so much potential within you, and you have the power to achieve great things. I know that it can be hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel when you're feeling uninspired, but I want you to know this there. You have the ability to make a difference in this world, to follow your passions and your dreams, and to create a life that is fulfilling and meaningful. Don't be afraid to take risks and step out of your comfort zone. I want you to embrace new opportunities and challenges, and don't let fear hold you back. Believe in yourself and your abilities, and know that you're capable of achieving anything that you set your mind to, even if it starts out in a negative way. You flip that script and turn it into something positive. You have got to surround yourself with positive influences. Surround yourself with people who are doing better than you, so they inspire you. If you get 5 broke people in the room, you got 5 broke people. You need one person that's doing a lot more. I own this restaurant, and I tell you what, I'm hiring right now. Because for some reason, people can't get to work on time. I had an employee tell me, I'm going to be out on Saturday. I said, how you know? She said, because I'm going to be sick on Friday. I said, are you a psychic? Who can predict they're going to be sick? She no longer works there. CEO Thurmond said, we're going to give you these pizzas. I want you to come in, and if you want a job, and talk to me, because we're hiring. People say, well, why did you put that thing in South DeKalb Mall? Nobody goes inside. I said, that's exactly why I put it there. Back when South DeKalb Mall was first opened, it was segregated. Black people were not allowed in there. So people, oh, that's the hood mall. It wasn't always like that. But when it comes back, we're going to be ahead of the curve. I challenge you all to dig deep, to find that spark within you, ignite the passion and the motivation. Believe in yourself, follow your dreams, and never give up on being the best version of yourself. And you know what's the most amazing thing about this speech I just read? It was written by chatbot. It was written by chatbot. I typed in chatbot. I need to address a group of teenagers who may not be paying attention. This whole speech was, listen, I want you to understand how you've got to be different. I typed it in and it spit this whole thing out. You've got to be different. There are people that are going to skirt and go around and cheat their way to the top. So while I know it's great that your mom speaks for you, but you got to be able to speak up for yourself. There's going to be an interview. There's going to be a college admission. Your mama is not going to be there. Well, they come up and they interview for jobs. Well, what's he want to do? He want to work at the pizza place. Can he talk? Yes, he can talk. You have got to go out and learn how to speak for yourself and practice in the mirror. Practice. This whole thing. I'm telling you how to look. Let's go to speech ends. You are capable. You are powerful. And you are destined for greatness. Believe in yourselves and never forget your amazing potential that lies within each and every one of you. Thank you. This was written by a computer. That is where we are now with technology. Now, I'm not going to use this. I'm going to say this. I believe that children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty that y'all possess inside. We got to give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter, y'all laugh, remind us how we used to be. You know, Michael, I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I live as I believe, no matter what they take from me. How you know that? That man, read my mind. You like the baby. This is the opportunity of a lifetime. Doing this, if you have not made a connection with somebody at the table, at the room, do it now. Because one day you're going to be on LinkedIn and be like, man, I remember I went to DVCA with them. It's going to be too late. I have learned it's about passing the torch. You know, I played the same part in every movie I've been in. Drumline, I'm the DJ. Stop the yard. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a tie. I'm the DJ. In Trois, I was a DJ. On the Aretha Franklin story on Genius, guess who I played? The DJ. I have two DJs here that I want to bring. You know, it's okay to see me and see what I've done, but these are the people that I believe are the up and coming. They are me when I was their age. Now, should we go ladies first? Should we go ladies first? Ladies at the table? Should I introduce the lady first? Y'all better make some noise up here. What's wrong with y'all? This young lady is, not only is she doing things in the community, she's also got to give back, a back to school. She's got a lot of things that I see in myself. I was always doing things in the community when I was a child. My grandmother used to take me to, and they weren't called homeless back then. They was they was just the people on the street. She would make me serve sandwiches to them on Thanksgiving. And I was terrified. I was 9, 10 years old, but it let me know the give back is what matters. When you see somebody on the street and they ask you for $1, you getting off on Western Chapel, it ain't about the dollar and what they do with it. It's about the fact that you gave it to them. Oh, man, you ain't going to do nothing with that. Your blessing comes from the gift. Who knows what they're going to do with it? Who knows where they may be? Because most of us are only a couple of checks from being homeless. A lot of people have been waiting on the first since the 15th. If you have never moved at night, you ain't lived. Ain't nothing like moving at night. I got a witness out there. Somebody. You can't call the moving company. You got to call your partners with a truck. Call it bag back movers. Bag back, bag back, bag back. Ho, 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 ho. There you put the couch in. It's hard out here, man. It's all about relationships. My relationship with this man goes back, I don't know how many years. He ain't finished. I'm going to leave it like that. He ain't finished. He may say that this is his last term. He's too great at what he does. You're going to see him again. Am I being politically correct? You're going to see him again. Without any further ado, I want to bring up a young lady who is dynamic. She's going to give a message to the young ladies, and then we're going to have a person give a message to the young men, because I've been there, but they are there with you now. Y'all keep it up right now for Maisha Simone from Hot 107.9.
Can you hear me? Okay, good. I don't know why Ryan always makes me go after him. It's no way to top this speech every single time, but I'm, honored to be up here today just talking to you all. I want to talk to you all today about social media. Before we get into that, just give yourselves a round of applause for being in this room today. I think that when it comes to graduations, schools, it took me 7 years to graduate. I went to 5 different colleges before I graduated from Georgia State University. So before I even get into the social media, before you even get there, you got to understand the consistency and the hard work and what it takes to get, and just the determination to never give up, no matter what obstacles are thrown your way, right? So when it comes to social media, it's a tool. How many people, by a show of hands, have Instagram? I just want to see what kind of crowd I have. How many people have TikTok? How many people have LinkedIn? All right, how many people have Facebook? All right, I'm gonna do this one more time. So how many people in this room have 5,000 followers or more? How many have 10,000 or more? 100K? we got one with 100K. So that goes to show that if majority of the room does not have over 10,000 followers, why are you wrecking your brains and killing yourself over social media trying to compete and compare with what other people have going on? There are billions of people in this world, right? And when it comes to social media, me saying that it's a tool is just to show you, yes, I have social media. Yes, I have 40,000 followers, but at the same time, I don't let it consume me. But I used to. Last year around this time, I gave a speech where I was just saying, hey, you're nothing without social media. You need social media to take you here. And who are you if you don't have your social media popping, right? That was me last year. But this year, I've learned that over the course of the year, when I went into overdrive, trying to make sure that my brand was tight, making sure that people saw my content, making sure that every picture was crispy, every video was on point, what I've learned is it creates depression. It creates you feeling less than. And what I want to tell you today is social media should not consume you. If it were to disappear today, who are you? Can everybody in this room answer that question, honestly? Do you know who you are if you didn't wake up every day and have TikTok, Instagram, Twitter? Because a brand can be developed and your legacy can be created without social media. Social media is new compared to how long this earth and this world has been going on. You have billionaires and trillionaires, well, I don't know if it's trillionaires, but you have billionaires, millionaires out here who, have been successful without all of that. And that still can be done in this age. So I heard a young lady saying that she's introverted and she doesn't like talking to people. And that's okay. It's a lot of people, that are like that in this world. But if you use email marketing, if you network, if you touch the people, that's what's more important than you getting on social media. I mean, I would rather have a real person I could touch than somebody I could touch virtually, even though this is, Virtual Career Academy. But I'm sure it feels good to be in this room sitting next to your peers and you can actually see them, shake their hands, talk about your experiences, and relate, right? There are good sides to social media. Like I said, it's something that I'm going to keep, but I have to limit myself to it. So you have brand awareness, you have virtual networking, you can monetize things. It's a form of advertising. But the negative sides, as I mentioned, it weighs on your mental health because you're so focused on comparing. Like, man, if I don't have, you're thinking in your head, I have this $1 million idea. How many people in this room have $1 million idea where they feel like it's going to make them millions in the next 5 years? Be honest. Raise your hand. Okay. So with that, you may look at someone else's brand and see that they're getting millions of likes and a whole bunch of views, and you might then feel like, man, I don't even want to do this anymore because I posted my flyer and it only got 2 likes, right? You cannot look at life like that. Social media does not define you. It does consume a lot of your time. And then the algorithm, you're trying to, face and fight with this algorithm that promotes what it wants to promote. It has nothing to do with how good or bad the quality of your content is. I want to give you 3 ways before I go. I want to give you 3 ways to establish a brand without social media. So if you want to write these down, if you want to put it in your notes, just something to remember. Yes, you do need social media, but you can touch the people and develop your brand before doing that. I have an annual give back. I do my backpack blast off event where first year I think we took care of 300 families. Last year we took care of over 600 families. This year the goal in the next 2 weeks is to take care of over 1,000 families. Mind you, my give back is not on social media. It's not like something, I do have my nonprofit foundation, has an Instagram, but I'm not, promoting it as much as I promote myself and my radio stuff. It's growing on its own, and that's word of mouth. That's you being able to touch the people tangibly. So I would say your first way is to network and reciprocate. When you meet people, make sure you follow up. If they're doing for you, make sure you do for them. Just to be here today, Ryan Cameron, thank you so much for having me here, because I never thought that I would be up here eventually later on, but I never thought that I'd be up here, just speaking to other kids and giving them life, because I do take this seriously. And then CEO Thurmond, thank you for allowing him to bring us as well. The second thing, touch the real people. Make sure you touch the real people. Everything's virtual now, but nothing beats being able to give someone a hug or look them in the eye, shake their hand, see how genuine they are. People always or sometimes may forget what you said, but they never forget how you make them. Absolutely. See, I know. You're very smart. Do what you want to do in real life. Don't do what you think when it comes to social media. You might see somebody like, oh, I got to post all these twerk videos because she's posting these twerk videos and she got thousands of likes and views, right? No, do what you really want to do in real life, even if it only gets you 2 or 3 likes, or if it only gets you 100 likes. Stay true to yourself, because that's what's going to define you. I don't know, take the old school route, write it down. I have a notebook and I have a whiteboard where I write all of my ideas down on a piece of paper or on the board, and I draw it out. If you got to be old school, that's the way that I keep my life in order. Do that. And more importantly, just continue to believe in yourself, and thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you guys, and congratulations.
Give it up for Maisha Simone one more time. So, when I first got started in radio, I was in part-time, and I was doing everything, and I was so into it, I would go up to the radio station and just sit in the lobby and wait for them to call me. This guy I'm bringing up, and I told him this, and I don't think he understood it when I said, man, you remind me of me. Because the things that you're doing, and, the goal to be on the radio is to be on every day, full-time. These people are not on every day, they're not on full-time, but they are dynamic. And I just want to go ahead and bring him up. You listen to him. He's a host with the most. He is a dynamic figure. And if you listen to Hot 107.9, you've heard him. Y'all give it up for my man, Manny Supreme.
All right. I've been sitting over there praying since I walked in here, like, God, what do you have for me today? Because I like to speak off the heart, all right? Raise your hand if you believe in God, because that's where this conversation is coming from, all right? So, I recently graduated from Georgia State University last year. Woo-woo! Go Panthers! Go Panthers. I love the AUC, but go Panthers. And I like to just talk about, because I feel like right now, first off, congratulations. Can we give another round of applause for all of the interns in here? I'm speaking specifically to my interns, right? I know you may feel like this is a big transitional period in your life right now, and I wanted to come up here and personally speak on when I went through a big transition, because, as I mentioned before, God was the person who honestly got me through it. So back in 2021 and 2020 during the pandemic, I interned at Streets 94.5. It was a local radio station here in Atlanta. And during that time, right, at school, I graduated with a journalism major and things of that nature. And for my young men in here specifically, stay focused. Can all my gentlemen say that with me? Stay focused. One more time. One more time for the people in the back. I had to learn that. Major salute to my mom and my grandma. Having that faith in God and knowing like where you personally want to be, even when you don't see the road. Right? Because you're not going to see it all the time. But what I learned that's the best part of the journey, because then you get to draw your own road. You feel me? A little snaps right there, right? As I get to my point, having faith and having a plan is what honestly got me right here to even have somebody as honorable. Can we give another round of applause for Ryan Cameron, everybody? Bring me up. And he told me that I reminded him of himself about 2 months ago, and it stuck with me ever since when I cut the microphone on the radio, because he's been inducted into a Hall of Fame twice. Every time I go ride a flight, I hear his voice, right? So living in and feeling into somebody's shoes like that, back in 2021, did I think I know Ryan Cameron? Heck no, for a lack of better words. But having that faith and having that plan and drawing your own canvas and what? Staying. My voice just cracked. That's how passionate I am. Staying. I see some people not talking, Ryan. Staying is what genuinely helped me. So if there's anything that I can help spread to you guys as you celebrate, remember, even if you don't see the road, stay focused and have that faith in God. I promise you, you're going to be successful.
All my parents, stand up. Parents, stand up. Y'all can get, I know y'all gonna clap for y'all parents. What's wrong with y'all? You ain't got, the internship is over. They paying again. I want to say this to y'all. You can have a seat. We all wanted our kids to be better than us. We wanted them to have more opportunities, right? We want them to have better jobs and better education. But I want to say this, because I'm going through it right now. Give them some grace to fail. Moms, I know you want a helicopter. Listen, I'm speaking from my heart. We can't come in and save the day, because the reason that you got through what you got through is because you were able to go through it. We come in, we want to, I don't want my baby going through. They need to learn how to cope, how to live life, because I would not trade places with any of these people today with the pressures of social media and all these other things. So let them fail if you can. Let them speak up if you can. You do not have to be your child's friend. There's a part in Beverly Hills Cop, the latest one, where Eddie Murphy is talking to his daughter, and they're talking about their relationship and how it's estranged. And she said, one thing I want to tell you, Dad, is the parent is always going to be the parent, and the child is always going to be the child. And Eddie Murphy talks about that. And he said, I know that was going to touch a lot of people. We try to get along with our kids. Want to be their buddies. Oh, they're going to tell me everything. They're not going to tell you everything. I don't care how. That's my little sister. No, it's not. Let them grow. Give them some grace. But don't go in and try to save the day. What we've done today is we've saluted all these interns, we've saluted all these people. You've remained attentive. I met so many people. I met one young lady who was going to be a dentist. I told her I could give her an internship. I'm going to see if she's going to follow up with me. If I showed you my phone, I got at least 30 doctors in there. It's all about relationships. So as I close, I want to say one more thing. Go out there and chase your dreams. The world is waiting for you. We all waiting to see what you're going to do. Prime examples. Find out from them what the next steps are. They sat in the same chairs, and they did it. And without any further ado, I want to say this. GOODJOB, good job, good job. And I'm done.
Thank you so much to those inspiring speeches. And we want to keep the energy high as we take this moment to
Take your time.
I'm sorry.
Take your time.
There's not the pay.
If this was Men in Black, I had one of the little flashy things. J-O-B, good job. Okay, so what? Stop right there. Stop right there. So watch what's happening right here. We're going to just rewind this whole part like it never happened. All right? And I'm going to write, yeah, be a good job, good job.
We extend our heartfelt gratitude to everyone for their inspiring and motivational speeches. We appreciate your contributions to the Atlanta community. Now, let's keep the energy high as we proceed to recognize and celebrate some of our remarkable graduates. First, I invite all the notable 9th graders to stand. Let's give them a round of applause. Now, let's acknowledge our tenacious 10th graders. And to our esteemed 11th graders, congratulations on your achievements. Lastly, let's give a standing ovation to our incredible Class of 2025 sensational seniors. We are immensely proud of each and every one of you and are excited to witness all of our bright futures. Let's not forget our Georgia Piedmont Technical interns who have shown tremendous dedication and growth throughout this training experience. Whether they are pursuing higher education or entering the workforce, we know they will continue to achieve remarkable things. Now, let's salute and celebrate all of our 2024 DVCA graduates.
Congratulations, fellow graduates. We will continue to honor more interns throughout this program, and now it's time to announce the winners of the class superlatives. Lead intern Julie Simpampu, please come up.
Hello, DVCA family. It is our pleasure to announce the award winners. Our first award goes to interns that excelled during our end of program presentations on the last week. The in-school intern winners are Matthew Wetlinton, Victoria Villanueva, Alexis Fonseca, and Gabrielle Blue. And the next, our out-of-school intern winners are Alana Gilbert, and Ava Kaufman. So next, I would like to announce the winners of the SOAR Award. These students were enthusiastic, responsible, punctual, and dependable. The SOAR awardees delivered exemplary and quality work throughout the program. The winners are in-school intern Monte Lindley, and out-of-school intern Tatiana Della Velade. And the next winners were selected for being all-around excellent interns, and the winners of the Stellar Award goes to in-school intern Janae Brown, and out-of-school intern Adrian Starks. And that was the end of our awards. Congratulations to everyone. Thank you.
Congratulations to all incredible winners. On behalf of myself and fellow peers, I want to express our heartfelt gratitude to the CEO for his unwavering commitment to youth, as well as to the commissioners who have made DVCA possible for over 4,000 interns. In the past 8 years, because we value all the hard work that was put into making DVCA a success, we would like to time a moment to recognize DVCA staff.
I am delighted to announce the winners of the Star Faculty Awards, a category specially designed to appreciate the outstanding efforts of our staff. These exceptional individuals have gone above and beyond, creating a vibrant and energetic environment for learning. Without further ado, let's give a round of applause to the deserving recipients as selected by our interns. Please take a look at the monitors to see and recognize the distinguished Star faculty. We have Camila Ray, Robert Wright, Dr. Mel Campbell, Ave Maria Montgomery, and Parrish Slaughter.
Wow, DVCA is definitely making our dreams becoming reality. Congratulations to all the award recipients. Being recognized by your peers is truly a remarkable achievement. Well done. Thank you for allowing me to serve as one of your hosts for this outstanding celebration. Now, let's keep the momentum going. Coming to the stage is Mr. J.R. Henderson, the man responsible for making our learning summer experience rich, fun, and exciting. Interns, let's hear it from Mr. Henderson.
DeKalb Virtual Career Academy, let me ask you to do one thing. Let's stand up real quick for me. All of my DeKalb Virtual Career Academy students, interns, please stand up real quick. What I want you to do is, because I understand how hard it was getting up early in the morning. during your summer months. So what I want you to do is I want you to give yourselves a round of applause. So let's make some noise for the DeKalb Virtual Career Academy. Let's also make some noise for all of the other interns that have been in this program with you these last 5 weeks. Let's give everyone a hand. Let's give them a round of applause. You may be seated at this time. So what we're going to do now is we're going to announce a couple of things. First of all, we have Beaver Beauty Academy. They agreed to sponsor 1 full scholarship, so 2 full scholarships, I'm sorry. But we only have, right now, 1 winner. The other ones, we're waiting on your submissions. So we have 1 winner for 1 of the full scholarships is Frederica Rogers. Is Frederica here? So Frederica Rogers will receive 1 full scholarship to Beaver Beauty Academy here in DeKalb County, and it will cover her tuition, books, and all of her fees. Let's give Beaver Beauty Academy a hand. This is actually their 2nd year sponsoring a scholarship for our students. So at this time, what I want to do is I want to bring up CEO Michael Thurmond so that we can announce our intern of the year. Let's give the CEO a hand. Also, Dr. Coles, could you come up here as well? And our guests, Garfield and Megan, also please come up here. Before I introduce the intern of the year, are there any career advisors? Where are our career advisors? Please stand, our career advisors. Our career advisors are the individuals that were responsible for the case management portion of this program. Also, where are our instructors? Where are our instructors? Our Georgia Piedmont Technical College team, please stand. Led by the dynamic Miss Parks, did an awesome job. Awesome job. And then our facilitators. Our facilitators are the individuals that were responsible for those 9 o'clock sessions. Let's give them a hand. Any speakers? Do we have any speakers that are here today? Any of our speakers? I know I saw several of our speakers. Let's give our speakers a hand. Thank you very much for your support. Also, our WorkSource team. Our WorkSource team, please stand. Our WorkSource team were responsible for all of the daily operations of the program, and they were also responsible for making sure that you had your money on time. So let's give DVCA WorkSource team a hand. DeKalb TV, let's give them a hand for all of the assistance that they've given. Aviva, big shout out, Aviva. And Cassandra and the whole team for really making this possible today. Let's give them a hand. Also, last but not least, I'm going to call the individual that was my tag team partner with making it happen. You guys saw Mr. Henderson every day on the screen, 9 o'clock in the morning, but you did not see what happened behind the scenes to get us to this place. An individual that, as the CEO said, he's known me since I was 14. I've actually known her since I was about 16. And so this individual, when I was in foster care, I was in school in Augusta, Georgia at Payne College, and she was the DFACS director in Richmond County. And so when they talk about relationships, the people that are closest to me in my life, I've known them all of my life, and they're responsible for the person that I am today. So I would like to ask Ms. Linda Johnson to please stand, and let's give her a hand. Okay, also Mr. Davis, we would like to thank you for your leadership in terms of making sure that the DeKalb Virtual Career Academy, all of the things that we needed. So when you walk in here and you see this beautiful place, and you see the beautiful programs, and you eat the food, and you see the different deliverables, Mr. Davis and his team were responsible for making that happen. The DeKalb Virtual Career Academy would not have been a success as it was without you, your team, and your leadership. So we would like to thank you, Mr. Davis. All right, our intern of the year. So our intern of the year is an individual that has a lot of energy. And I'll tell you, there were days when this individual called me and said, Mr. Henderson, this is what we're going to do. And I said, okay. And then one day he called me and he said, Mr. Henderson, we can run the meetings too. And so after that, they ran the meetings. And so our intern of the year is a very bright individual. I love working with him. And just like CEO Thurmond said, he met me at 14. I met this gentleman last year, and he'll probably be in my life for the rest of my life. I really appreciate your hard work, young man. You're going to go places in life because of your tenacity and because of your focus and because of your dedication and your hard work. So our intern of the year is who, everybody? Exactly, DeCarlos O'Neill, let's give him a hand. Our intern of the year was actually voted on by our students. Our students were responsible for voting for Mr. DeCarlos. Okay. Let's take a picture out here. Thank you so much. Take a picture up front. So I asked Garfield and also Megan to come up. The CEO also come back up. We're going to have words from Garfield and Megan real quick.
Well, first off, thank you for having me. You guys have said many times, Megan and I were in these exact chairs, in this exact room. It was 2018, 6 years ago. It's hard to believe that. But this is really, really a critical program. And I'm going to highlight a few things that were said. The CEO said that all you got to do to be successful is remember what you learned this summer. And there is nothing more correct than that. After this, I'm about to go back to work at the law firm I'm interning at this summer. And I do the same thing. I get there at a certain time. I dress a certain way. You speak to people a certain way. And something that Ryan said, I wish he was still here, that really, really struck with me, which is that you are the company you keep, basically. He said it more elegantly than that, but 5 broke people in the room aren't going nowhere. So you have to pick the people that are in this room. We are the people that are going to lead the county. It's you. It's me. I'm 24. I'm not that much older than most people in here. And you believe it or not, you're going to blink an eye and then you'll be there too. So whatever you want to do, this is something that I thought about as he said that when it comes to keeping the company and who you decide to be with and what you decide to do. And this is a Denzel Washington quote. He was given a graduation speech, I forget where, but he said, to get something you've never had, you got to do something you've never done, right? So if you want to be the best, which everybody in here has the ability to be, in any field, you want to be the chief editor of a newspaper, you want to be the CEO of DeKalb County, you want to be, the CEO of a Fortune 500 company, you have to do things that people aren't doing. You have to go out and make the connections. They talked about networking. But the next time you reach out to the person can't be when you want something. You got to get lunch with them. You got to get coffee. You got to sit down. You got to build a relationship. And that'll take you wherever you want to go. The relationships I built here with the people that are in this room, Ms. Johnson, Mr. Henderson, the CEO, all of these people have been critical for me over the past few years, and they're going to be critical for you too. Make sure you keep in contact with everybody. Thank you.
I just want to say, I hope you all know that we honestly and truly are our ancestors' wildest dreams. I don't think you all understand how me being in you all's shoes 6 years ago, I wouldn't have imagined myself where I am today. And so with that being said, I want to say a great, great thanks to you. I have a couple of pieces of advice for you all. I know you all have, heard advice all summer, but it's only going to take a second. So first, be intentional. Be intentional about everything that you do. Make sure that you have a vision and execute that vision. 2, all money is not good money. And I know y'all have probably heard that plenty of times. But in the midst of all money not being good money, say yes to everything. Say yes to every opportunity that is given to you because you don't know what opportunity is going to propel you to where you want to be. 3, finish what you start and do it to the best of your ability. My mom always taught me that if you start something, you got to finish it. It doesn't matter if you don't like it. That's what experiences are for. At the end of the day, you start what you finish and you do it to the best of your ability. 4, listen more than you speak. You can learn a lot from the people that are around you, from your peers, from your parents, from your mentors. You can learn a lot. So make sure you listen more than you speak. 5, know who you are and whose you are. When you know who you are, you can execute that vision. You can be intentional about the things that you want. 6, reach back and pull forward. And he's a living example of what that looks like. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for people like him. We are the future of DeKalb County, just like you all are. So make sure you reach back and pull forward. And the last piece of advice is make sure you network, please. What they're not going to tell you is we're in a room full of, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's all black people in here. It's not about what you know. They don't care about what you know. You can be the smartest person. You can be a valedictorian. You can be whatever you call it. But it's about who you know. It's not about what you know. So make sure you network and be intentional about networking and fostering those genuine connections because you never know who could be the person to open that door for you.
To piggyback off, first of all, let's give Megan and let's give Garfield a hand. Let's give both of them a hand. To piggyback off of what Garfield said, there is a famous speech that Denzel Washington, he actually spoke, and he talked about there would be no successful individual without having other individuals whose shoulders that you could stand on. And so I say to you, parents, there would be no DVCA students or interns without awesome parents such as you. To all of the staff, there would be no DVCA, successful DVCA program without you. Most of all, there would be no DVCA CEO Thurmond without you. There would be no J.R. Henderson without you. You have transformed this county into the awesome county that it is. And not only this county, but throughout your career and your life, working as an attorney, working in the Capitol, going to the Department of Family and Children Services, lecturing at UGA, working as the labor commissioner for the state of Georgia, then going on and working as an attorney again, and then leaving and working as the superintendent of schools of DeKalb County, and then coming to DeKalb County, Georgia, as the CEO of DeKalb County. I know that Mr. Sid Thurmond is smiling at you because of all the work that you've done. And I know that you're going to smile at me and continue to smile at me because of the work that I'm doing. And I know that every single individual in here, years to come, will remember these moments. Just as Garfield and Megan have spoken, I say every single person that's sitting in these seats as DVCA interns, one day you'll be on this stage, and it'll be your stage. and it'll be your time to shine, and it'll be your time to talk about all the things that you went through because of this man. You saved so many lives in DeKalb County and in the state of Georgia, and you don't recognize your impact. But today, we would like to give you your flowers, because had it not been for you, Michael L. Thurmond, we would not be here today. Let's give our CEO of DeKalb County, the best CEO in the land, Michael L. Thurmond, a hand. Let's give him a hand. So this is just a depiction, and since we have a virtual career academy, actually your award is a virtual award. This is just a picture of it. And what this picture is, you're going to get, I'm going to send you an email, and in that email, this is a picture of all of the interns that have participated in the DeKalb Virtual Career Academy over the past 8 years to make up this. And you will be able to hit each point and see every individual in here, to see Garfield, to see Megan, the individuals that participated in the WorkSource program over the years. We present this to CEO Michael Thurmond for all of his great work. Let's give this legend a hand. CEO Michael Thurmond, let's give him a hand. And I need everybody in the building to do this with me. Good job, good job. Good job, good job. GOODJOB, good job, good job, good job, CEO Thurmond. At this time, we ask you to close us out with comments. Give us some final comments. Let's give our CEO a hand. After the CEO comes, all of our interns, we're going to quickly go outside and we're going to take our picture. And then after we take our picture, we're going to come back in for our networking session. All right? So all of our, matter of fact, all of our lead interns stand. Let's give our lead interns a hand. Let's give all of the interns that were on program today a hand. They did an awesome job. At this time, CEO Michael Thurmond.
Thank you all so much, and God bless you. 8 years, I guess that's maybe 96 months and over 3,000 days. I can't remember the hours or the minutes. But over those 8 years, each year my best day is coming here and celebrating graduation of our career academy. You all are my best days that I've had. Thank you so much. Thank you.